Welcome back everybody, welcome back to Blaugrana Planet, and today guys, we are gonna break down Laporta'S Ruthless press conference where he did talk about a lot of things guys, breaking down the transfer market, breaking down the financial situation of the club, also giving us updates regarding the Spotify Camp Nou, beautiful Spotify Camp Nou, man, how excited I am about the new stadium, it's gonna be great, and also about the current squad, Hansi Flick, about even the Super League, relationships with Real Madrid, everything breaking down in this video today for you guys. And make sure to smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because this is your channel, Blaugrana Planet, from all around the world. Also, let me know where you guys are tuning in from, because it's also great and beautiful to know. So, Joan Laporta today gave a press conference this morning, debating and making things very clear, okay? And also stating that there are a few haters out there talking a lot of trash about the way he's governing the club, about his mandate, and without all the data and possibly having no idea about the work that's behind the doors. This is exactly what Laporta has transmitted to the journalists, to the people that were watching the press conference. Of course, the press conference was actually 20 minutes talk that he gave, but also later after that talk, he was open to questions from the journalists for about an hour. Okay, so he's not hiding anything, and he's ready for any question. He was ready. He was honestly answering all the questions that the journalists came up with, and in fact they talked about many things. Okay, so I wanted to break it down for you guys in a few factors. The most important factor, and the one that we're all talking about, is possibly the financials. Okay, and that's where I want to begin, because of course the financials are also linked to the transfer market, the latest transfer market that we lived in. By the way, I see Yvonne from Guyana, I see David of Arabia. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Mohammed from Ghana. So the financials, guys, Barcelona promised that we would return to the 1-to-1 financial fair play ratio during this next few months. And this would be thanks to the historical agreement with Nike, guys, because we will be signing the best and the highest value, historical value agreement with Nike that ever this brand has had with any football club in the world, in the history of football. So we are signing this agreement, and Laporta said, you know guys, I would have wished to have this agreement ready for the summer, but unfortunately guys, in order to get to this point, to get to the best financial contract in the history of the sport, of course negotiations take time. And at the end of the day, guys, let's be real, he was smart, because he was playing around with Puma, he was even playing around with Barca's own brand, so forgetting about Puma, about Nike, making their own Barca brand, you know. And of course this puts pressure in Nike, and this is a slow deal, business deal, negotiation. And if eventually Laporta pulls off the biggest and most historical deal, then we need to give credits to him. And that would give the possibility for Barcelona to return to the 1-to-1 financial fair play ratio, and of course register Christiansen, who is now not registered, or at least somewhat in the air, after his place was filled with Dani Olmo. At the end of the day, he also talked about reducing the wage bill, and there was a great reduction of the wage bill. And he gave thanks to Deco, because also a lot of negativity towards Deco, who at the end of the day had to loan out so many players, get rid of so many La Masia players and players that we didn't want, and loanees, etc. That's a job that maybe we didn't credit Deco for, but he did it. On the other hand, he managed, Laporta, Deco, they managed, and this, again, you guys will say, okay, you guys are you are protecting Laporta. No, I'm translating the words that Laporta shared in the press conference to you guys. He also talked about the great job that Deco did in reducing the wage bill in 170 million euros this season, which is a lot of money and certainly helps us a lot. So in terms of financials, it seems that we're moving on the right path, getting back to the 1-to-1 financial fair play ratio. By the way, he talked about historical revenues in the BLM, in the t-shirt marketing or in the t-shirt sales. So historical revenues in the t-shirt sales, incredible. I wonder where that's coming from. Maybe Lamine Yamal shirts, because I went to the stadium the other day and everybody's wearing a Lamine Yamal shirt. But he also talked about getting back to the 1-to-1 financial fair play rule, reducing the wage bill, and a possible alternative in case, everything goes wrong. He said that the board of directors was ready. The board of directors was ready to put in 20 million euro from their own money. Of course, they ask a bank to loan them money, and they would put 20 million euro from their own money as a warranty in order to register players like they did last year. Similar thing that they did last year. So credits to him. On the other hand, he talked about the return of Football Club Barcelona to the Spotify Camp Nou. Oh boy, I look at these pictures and I get excited, let me tell you. I get excited, I get a boner just from watching at these pictures. Of course, the stadium is not going to be finished, concluded, until 2027, or late 2026, they like to say. But according to Laporta, the Turkish company Limak, who is in charge of building the stadium, is actually on schedule. It's actually on schedule, and everything indicates that by the end of the year or beginning of 2025, say December 2024, we will be back in the stadium, of course, with 60% capacity, which that's a lot of people. That's about 60,000 people that will be able to join. Limak is the Turkish company in charge of building the stadium. So everything is going well, and there are also rumors, people saying, oh no, it's delayed. Well, Laporta said that it's on schedule. Who do you want to trust? Laporta or some guy who has no idea? Maybe the guy who has no idea, or maybe he has his own sources. I don't know. But we know, and we covered it in this channel back in the day, we know that Limak has tremendous penalties if the dates scheduled and the dates written in the contracts are not fulfilled. Therefore, if Limak is late, they will have to pay millions of euros to Football Club Barcelona as compensation, because at the end of the day, guys, playing in Montjuic is executing a loss of 100 million euro per year for Football Club Barcelona. 100 million euro, not loss, sorry. It's 100 million euro that Barcelona is not cashing in. Technically a loss, but it's not technically a loss, You could say that we're not cashing in those 100 million euro, which would have helped in the financial fair play ratio. No? Well, so Laporta also talked about the current squad, about Hansi Flick, about the situation that we're going on, about the great performance of the team. Of course, Xavi's departure was a big controversy, but Laporta said we were looking for a turnaround. We were looking for an activation of this team. We were looking for a big change. And Hansi Flick, at least in the first 4 games, already showed it. Already showed great glimpses of a big change. Great glimpses of hope. And not only that, is Dani Olmo is playing exceptionally well, the signing, after this controversial transfer market, where we honestly had to get rid of a lot of players in order to make room for Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, by the way. But Pau Victor, of course, was playing in the Barça B team last season. But Laporta stated that he's very happy with Hansi Flick, that Hansi Flick is very committed, that he sees a winning spirit in Hansi Flick. A winning spirit in Hansi Flick, and that is exactly what the team needed. Exactly what the team needed. Not only that, guys, is that Hansi Flick is trusting a lot in La Masia. one of the big objectives and one of the big points that Joan Laporta presented during his presidency candidacy. During his project to become the new president of Football Club Barcelona, he said that La Masia should become the cornerstone, should become back the cornerstone, because it was back in the day. With Bartomeu, it was all signing the biggest stars. Like we were failing like Real Madrid is failing now. No? Knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood. So at the end of the day, we are seeing Casado, Bernal, Cubarsí, Lamine Yamal, Alex Valle, etc., Dominguez, etc., etc. We are seeing great trust from Hansi Flick on those players, because it's not only that, okay, I play them for a few minutes, minute 85, winning 2-0, 3-0, we play them 5 minutes. No. Literally, Marc Bernal was a pure starter. Casado has been playing as a starter, playing hundreds of minutes. Even Alex Valle, before he was loaned out or transferred to the Scottish League, he was playing a lot of minutes in the preseason. Of course, Cubarsí, Lamine Yamal, way more adapted in the team. But this is certainly something that Joan Laporta sees very positive, is that Hansi Flick is trusting in La Masia, and that one of the objectives of Laporta was having La Masia as the cornerstone of the project. And it's happening, guys. It's happening because La Masia, guys, it's unstoppable. It's the best academy in the world. It's the best. And we should be taking profit of it. Not only fulfilling our team and getting the best players of this academy into our team so we can win the most titles ever, but also selling some players like we did, sell Marguillo here and there, you sell a few players here and there, you make some money out of this. We should start learning how to sell players. This is not what Laporta said. Laporta in fact said, we are a team that wants to live off La Masia, but we also a purchasing team, not a seller team. I think that eventually he will correct that, and I think that we can get profit from La Masia, from the players that we don't want, right? Anyways, moving on, guys, to the last points here is the Super League, and it seems that the Super League is kind of, vanished or asleep or suspended. No. Laporta said that the Super League is well alive, guys. The Super League is very alive, and that they are working on a multimedia project just now. What I expect, he didn't really give us more details about the multimedia project. He didn't. But I expect the multimedia project to be related to the TV rights, okay? The TV rights of the games, which would probably belong to the clubs and not to the Super League, like it is right now in the UCL. The Champions League, for example, the TV rights are owned by the Champions League, and that's the whole deal, guys. You guys have to understand, it's the whole deal. Why are Mr. Laporta and Mr. Florentino and Mr. whoever is behind the Super League as well are working towards a new project, a new competition? Because the TV rights is where the big, huge money is. And at the end of the day, these TV rights in the Champions League are owned by UEFA, not by the clubs, guys, not by the clubs. And all the money from the TV, which is incredible amounts of money, is being filtered by UEFA. And at the end of the day, they give little bits and crumbles to the clubs, Of course, Florentino, Laporta, they want to change this. They want to create some sort of cooperative, which would be the Super League, and they would distribute the income from the TV rights with the clubs, and not filter it as the Champions League is doing or UEFA is doing right now. So it's all about that, guys. It's all about that. By the way, he also talked about the relationship, and of course it's very related because you have Florentino and Laporta leading the Super League, and we had Victor Palacios, a Spanish YouTuber about Barcelona. He asked about the relationship. What's the relationship with Mr. Florentino Perez, right? And Laporta said that it's possibly very bad right now. It's very bad because Real Madrid decided to involve themselves in the Negreira case, in actually the case that's going against Barcelona, the law case that is going against Barcelona. So they have the lawyers, etc., the Spanish justice. And in fact, Real Madrid got involved as an agent towards going against Barcelona, And of course, Joan Laporta didn't like that, didn't understand this gesture from Florentino. And right now, Laporta publicly said that the relationship between Football Club Barcelona and Real Madrid is bad. It's bad. Therefore, if we make a resume, guys, the financials are on a good path. Of course, it could be better, but it could be way worse. We could be bankrupt. We're not bankrupt, and in fact, we're very close from the 1-to-1 financial fair play rule. Return to Camp Nou is on schedule, expected by the end of the year. He didn't want to give a date. Laporta didn't want to give a date just because, the unexpected can happen. That he's happy with the current squad and with the current coach and the philosophy of the coach pushing for La Masia. And also that the project of the Super League is alive and the relationship with Florentino Perez. So now let's move on to the Q&A, because it's always great to speak to you guys. By the way, almost 300 people watching live, only 81 likes. Smash the likes, guys. I think I've done a decent job here in making a little resume about the 2 hour or 1 hour and a half press conference that Laporta gave. It took me a while to write down all the points, and I know that some of you guys were waiting for me to come up live, and some of you were saying on the chat, where is this guy, etc. Guys, I was preparing the live stream. I'm sorry about the wait, but I see Walid in the chat saying Hansi Flick German mentality is insane. I see Layan says vamos. Stefan says thank you, Alex, for another great update. I have smashed the like button. Did you? Did you guys smash the like button? Thank you, Stefan. John says, John Cesaro Batra from Zambia, proudly Barca fan since 2008, legend. Mohamed says, Alex, please speak about Fermin injury with bad call from Spanish Football Federation. Why we have to suffer his injury? I mean, yeah. Basically, I need to talk a little bit about Fermin Lopez's injury, because Fermin Lopez had no holidays pretty much. He didn't have any holidays pretty much. Maybe he had a few days off, but it's not like he went for 2 weeks, 3 weeks off, So his injury is possibly he's possibly gonna be back in a few weeks. It's not a very deep injury, but it's certainly a problem for Football Club Barcelona, even though we have Pablo Torre, you have Dani Olmo, but Fermin Lopez right now is a power sub, is a sub that can really bring value to the team when they most need it, And of course, Barcelona is not happy with the fact that he played the Euros, even though he didn't play as a starter, but he was there. Then he played the Olympic Games. He did play all the games in the Olympic Games, and then immediately got back to the preseason, started playing games with Barca, and then he needs to go to this Nations League tournament. Barcelona, of course, are not happy with all of this. Layan says, vamos. Eli McLovin says, you forgot to mention that he said that they are going to fix the financial situation in 3 years, when they projected that it was going to take 10 years to fix. Yes, Eli. Yeah, pretty much 3 years is what Laporta is predicting, that we will be back nicely to being able to sign a lot of players, etc. But I don't think that's the objective of Barcelona, signing big players like, Griezmann, Coutinho for crazy amounts of money. I think we shouldn't fall into that trap. But certainly what Laporta is meaning is that in 3 years, everything will be done. Basically, the stadium will be done, or our debt will be covered or sanitized, and we will be increasing our revenues tremendously, because all of our Bartomeu contracts will be concluded, the Spotify Camp Nou will be finished, therefore we will have a crazy revenue from that, etc., etc. That's why he said 3 years, literally. Liert says, smash the like, boys. Thank you, bro. Impact TV1 says, Shirley, I was waiting for you, brother, to give update on press briefing. Thank you guys for the wait, honestly, and for the support. It really means a lot, you know. I put a lot of work into updating you guys, but and it's not about the money, because I barely do any money with this channel. It's all about the passion, and it's all about the connections with you guys, because I really feel connected with everybody around the world. And when you guys tell me where you guys are from, it's really chilling to me, because I feel it. I feel it that in this planet, guys, we're not alone, you know. We're not alone, and we're together, man. We're pushing, bro. We're pushing for Barcelona to succeed, and we're pushing for our passion, to enjoy this passion that we all have together with this channel and with Football Club Barcelona, of course. So thank you everybody for the support. It's great. It's always great. Nima says, Alex, your 2 minutes until live is like 20 minutes. I mean, come on, it's not that long. I said 2 minutes, it took me 5. Thomas Walt says, what role will Gavi have in the team when he returns? That's a great question, you know. I think that Gavi can certainly be a good addition to the team, because his profile is kind of different to Casado, profile different to Bernal, profile different to Pedri, Olmo, Gavi, and Fermin, sorry. Gavi is different, man. This guy is a pressing guy. You know, I think that in the tougher games, Gavi will be exceptional. If you play against Real Madrid, you need a guy. You need a guy that's pushing. Of course, Pedri, Olmo, you know, tiki-taka is incredible. But sometimes in tougher games, you need a player like Gavi. And it's just a perfect addition to our squad, you know. And at the end of the day, remember, guys, these seasons are super long. Super long. And we need to be very versatile. A team that's very versatile, and a team that has a very good second unit. And unfortunately, Gavi has fallen into the second unit after his injury. Who knows if he'll recover to be back in the first unit. Most probably he will. Knock on wood again. But at the end of the day, guys, what I'm telling you is that we need variety of players in the squad. And it's great, I just can't wait to have Gavi in the squad and to see Gavi playing under Hansi Flick. I think it can be explosive. Rich Law says, London, my people from London, legend. You know, you guys know what? I was living in London for 7 years, believe it or not, I was there. Laurent says, I'm a Barca fan since 1994. I saw one game from Camp Nou, Barça Espanyol, 5-0. What a game that was. Any news from De Jong? Well, the news from De Jong is that, by the way, last questions I will answer, because I want to close down the stream here. But 300 people watching, guys, it's insane. Make sure to smash the like, everybody. If everybody goes down to smash the likes right now, guys, we'll be pumping this stream, and we'll be pumping this channel to the galaxy. You know, let's do it. So let me talk about Frenkie de Jong. Because Barcelona are putting pressure on the player. They're telling him, listen, man, you need to come back to play. I know you have maybe some discomfort, but at the end of the day, you've been for four or 5 months off, and I know you're taking so it's a treatment that he's doing that's very conservative. So he's not going through surgery. My people from Sweden, from Colombia, by the way. Are you from Colombia? Says Alio. No, sorry, not my people from Colombia. They were asking me if I'm from Colombia. No, I'm from Barcelona. I'm here in Barcelona now. It's 10:52 here in Barcelona. And I live, I'd say, 10 minutes away from Camp Nou in a walk. So yeah, guys, in terms of Frenkie de Jong, Barcelona are telling him, listen, you've been 5 months injured with your conservative treatment. We know that you might have some discomfort here and there, but we need you, and you are the highest earner player in the team. If you're not ready, take your surgery and we're done. Halas, let's move on. But certainly Hansi Flick wants Frenkie de Jong to be in the team as soon as possible. And you know what, guys? You know what? I remember Frenkie de Jong was a player that's kind of slow, you know, moving the ball around from left to right. Hansi Flick is playing way more direct now. I hope that Frenkie de Jong is able to adapt. Otherwise, we can sell him, and you know, a lot of the financial fair play problems will be fixed selling Frenkie de Jong, because he has a Bartomeu contract that's extended. But we will see. We will see. Hopefully he is back after the international break in just a few days, and we're able to see the best Frankie de Jong. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining. 300 people watching, only 120 likes. Make sure to smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. You guys are great. I love to share the updates with you, to share these moments with you. And now, as I always say, Visca el Barça, Visca Catalunya, and see you in the next video. Vamos Flick, vamos Barça.